Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Cowboys will kick it away to start us off. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So Florida State's offense will have the opening possession of the game. And guys, we talk about how tight ends are a quarterback's best friend. Boy, this guy may take friendship to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's so nice to have a guy that the size, the athletic ability, and here's why it's always so good. Jesse, what do you want to do, man? Put a linebacker on him, put a safety on him. Nowadays, these guys can win, and it just really makes offense so much easier to run, and it goes pretty smooth.
Yeah, you're right. This guy is a matchup nightmare. And it seems like every week defensive coordinators go in and they don't respect his athleticism, and it ends up burning them. They're going to find out the hard way today. If they try to play him and match him up with linebackers and safeties, this dude makes defenses look silly.
Fires to the big fella. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw for it. Just a short pass to the tight end. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Quickly out to the tight end. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to flip.
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Seminoles have this offense rolling. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. There he goes! Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Makes the grab on the left. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. The Noles trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Florida State.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Oklahoma State's offense has the ball for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed. With him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
Wants to throw. It's Lockett. And they can't make the connection. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Out of the shotgun on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The Cowboys will punt it away on fourth down. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
That's a really good-looking throw there. I think about back in my day playing for the Gators, we were known as having this high-octane passing attack with Steve Spurrier, but every time we played the Seminoles and Chris Swanky, of course, would go on to win a Heisman Trophy, we knew that we were going to have to be executing at a high level. This guy right here, when he gets going and he gets into a groove, he just does not miss. He is able to light up the scoreboard for the Seminoles.
Might as well give it to him again. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll give it to the back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Second and goal coming up. They'll try to blast their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knowles. They'll try to tack one more on their score.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, throw the records out the window when Oregon and Washington fight to the finish. Oregon was anything but dominant today, but the Ducks are going to leave Autzen Stadium winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the L column.
Hines is tight end.
Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had... Oh, he's got some space. Doing some serious work on the ground. Out of bounds at the 35 after that big run. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Lockett. Finds the tight end. And the first down marker.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound. The war chant on third down at the dope. Fires to the tight end. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Leaves it with the running back. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys! He'll try to tack on one more. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times too. But I tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread, don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches. So he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first two drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. The hand to the running back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Caught close to the marker, it's Staples. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Seminoles! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
Forget about those tight ends, right? They come up and they block most of the time, and a lot of time near the line of scrimmage, and then occasionally offenses do a great job, get creative, find a way to get a good matchup for the tight end, and he does the rest and gets in for 6.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go...
Turning it on! Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Cowboys just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. The pull and throw off the RPO. Defense uses a sideline there, and he gets it into plus territory at the 49. The Cowboys with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The play action fake. Oh, they're after him. Got it. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
All right, defense, I don't know what you're drawing up, but that wasn't it, okay? Wide open wide receivers, miscommunication, whatever it was, got to get that fixed.
To the air, it's Lockett. Big guy smells it. They will score! Touchdown, Cowboys!
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive to get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last 2 plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Quickly to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's Peters. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Seminoles with the 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Breaks into the open. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands, and it makes me think back to old great Seminole running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Get it out on the screen. At the 35, he's loose. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, he's been Mr. Dependable early in this game. The first 5 attempts, all complete. Finally, the defense able to force an incompletion when they throw his way. This guy's route running his hands. It's a matchup problem, but the defense finally has something good happen.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Peters. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the 1st down on 3rd and long. Fires to the big fella. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Deep shot for the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Picked off to stop the threat. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Just a short pass to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Looking to pass. It's Lockett. Quickly out to the tight end. Really nice job to get it past the sticks. Pick up the first down at the 30. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Cowboys trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
That is not an easy situation if you're an offensive lineman, 2nd and 3rd and 1, because you know the D-line, they're coming. They know you're throwing the football. As an O-lineman, you better get out of your stance and get your hands up and punch and not miss, because if you do, then that's what happens right there.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Hunt is on its way. Here's the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. First play of the drive comes from the 41. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's ncaa. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. And the Noles have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Looking downfield very late in the half. Firing to the right, complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Finds his tight end. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Splits the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Hard running there. And he picks up a first down. That is not a flag on the play. It's just lingerie on the deck after that move. The Cowboys will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Lockett. Gets it out fast. Crosses the 30. He's got a lay. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Cowboys. And the comeback is on. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That lead has dwindled down to 3 now to see if they have a response. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on 1st down. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. He spins that thing down the middle. He's got it! Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
Not quite able to turn that corner and get it to the house. He's out of bounds at the 8. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. From the gun on 3rd down. Makes the catch. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. The Seminoles are on the move. Lets it go to the end zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Arkansas State looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Red Wolves. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Impressive, to say the least. Top 25 teams and a very clear outcome today, guys. Ought to be fun to see how the rankings are impacted this week.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being you.
And here comes the Heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Complete downfield. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Lockett. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
Nothing too exotic about that blitz right there. That's just a middle linebacker coming right up the middle of the field in the teeth of that offensive lineman. Nobody accounted for him, and he gets home.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Finds a tight end. Oh, what a move. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on 4th down. And the Cowboys will try to pin them back with the punt. On his way back from the 20. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. With the catch, it's Staples. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that.
He tries to take the top off. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, quarterback trying to get aggressive and trying to take a shot deep down the field, but just not on the same page with his wide receiver as the pass falls incomplete.
Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Fires to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
You got to be sharp in the red zone. You can't turn the football over in the red zone. You got to be crisp. You got to be on time. You can tell the QB wasn't on time. The defender made him pay. Nice interception, stealing points now off the board.
Oklahoma State. Back and the offense is on the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cowboys come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Creates a little room. Fighting off the defender. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. Looking to throw, it's Lockett. Fires to the tight end. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And the Cowboys look to keep this drive humming. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. This drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Makes the grab down the middle. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. This is now a 7-point game. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Unloads quickly. He goes out of bounds, and that'll take us to the start of the 4th quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass, it's Lockett. Going for 6. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the 4th. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Fires to the big fella. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Looking for a big play. Makes a grab for a big play. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
They're dealing with a second and long. It's complete. Touchdown, no! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The give to the left side. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the dope. To throw, it's Lockett. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. The Cowboys will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. With the catch, it's Ezukama. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs it. There he goes. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Seminoles in the hurry-up. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. And the Seminoles have their offense in high gear. Motion from the wideout. Gonna look downfield again. Got it in the middle. It's Ezukama. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Seminoles. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Pittsburgh has the lead right now. The Steel City has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 10 over SMU. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Phyllis?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the Cowboys with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Looking for a man. It's Lockett. Here's a heat. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Great place to start for this offense. They'll start this drive going to the air, throwing right, and this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Florida State. And they take it in for 6 more points. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a masterclass in offensive productivity.
Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that. But your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverage.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. To the air. It's Lockett. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Gonna let it fly. He's got it at the 15. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Wants to throw it. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Cowboys racing to the line in the hurry-up. Gonna sling it on 2nd down. Bring in the heat. And that ball's free behind the line. Offense scoops it up and still going.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Under fire. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone. Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Throws for the tight end. And it's his 4th interception of the game. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Back to pass, it's Rocket. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes. Not sure about putting your quarterback in harm's way there, but that's going to do it. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting